The process number 1, the book of positive aspects. To begin the book of positive aspects process, you need a notebook that would be nice to hold in your hands, or you can use the section on the side. Okay. This process will not only increase the degree of your concentration, but will also contribute to greater clarity and depth of the feeling of fullness of life. What this process do? Will not only increase the degree of your concentration, but will also contribute to greater clarity and depth of the feeling of fullness of life. Fullness of life. Take a notebook and write on its cover, "My book of positive aspects." It would be useful on the day the process begins to sit somewhere in a quiet and peaceful place for at least 20 minutes. At least 20 minutes. Subsequently, you will need less time. Howbeit, you may like this process so much after you feel its benefits that every time you will want to do it longer and longer. What happened? You may want to do it longer and longer. So, from the top, on the first page, write the activity, name, or title, and give brief description of who or what always gives you a joy. From the top of the first page, write the activity, name, title, or give a brief description of what gives you joy. And then you focus on this activity, the name or title, and ask yourself the following or similar questions. What do I like about you? What do I love you so much? What are your positive aspects? When you focus on that activity, then ask yourself following or similar questions. What do I like about you? What do I like about you? What do I love you so much? What are your positive aspects? Then calmly, without rushing, begin to write down thoughts that come to your mind in response to the question. Don't try to force words out of yourself. Let thoughts go freely, without enforcement, to transfer to paper. Write as long as you have something to say on this topic. Then read what you wrote, enjoying your words. After you write down, read what you wrote, enjoying. Now, turn the page and write some other activity, name or title, which is you have pleasant associations with. Pleasant associations with. And repeat the above process until the 20 minutes have ended. Again, turn the page, write some other activity, and repeat the process until the 20 minutes have ended. From the very beginning of doing that, you may notice that the feeling of gratitude has awakened inside of you, that more and more new names come to your mind that could be ended into the book of the positive aspect, could be entered into the book of positive aspects. What can happen with you? just from the very beginning, you may notice that the feeling of gratitude has awakened inside of you, that more and more new names come to your mind that could be entered into the book of positive aspects. If this really happens to you, try to take the time to fill out a few more pages of the book. If that happened to you, really, indeed, try to take the time to fill out a few more pages. Fill out few more pages of the book. If you have enough time, then ask yourself a question. Why do I like it so much? Why do I love it so much? What are the positive aspects of my attachment? With a lack of free time, the questions will wait until tomorrow, when you can return to the process again. The more activity you are looking for, the positive moments around you, the more you will be able to find them. The more activity you are looking for, the more actively you are looking for the positive moments, the more actively you are looking for the positive moments, the more you will be able to find them. And the more you find them, the more benefits you'll get. The more you find them, the more benefits you'll get. And you'll be wanting to search for it again. In this process, you awaken in yourself the highest vibration that most closely corresponds to the good, which is your true being, which is your true being. What you are doing in this process? You are awakening in yourself the highest vibration that most closely corresponds to the good, which is true being. At this moment, you feel great. But the most important thing is that you get so used to this vibration that it will pass into dominant in you. What is important? When you feel great, the most important thing is that you get so used to this vibration that it will pass into dominant into you. The most important thing that you get so used to this vibration that it will pass into dominant in you. Consequently, the events in your life will become a reflection of this high vibration. What happened? Consequently, the events in your life will become a reflection. Events in your life will become a reflection of this high vibration. What is the reflection of high vibration? The events in your life. Events in your life will become a reflection of this high vibration. Oh! As soon as your notebook is full, you probably want to get yourself another. And then another, and another. And that is clear. After all, the recorded word has tremendous power and influence at you. The recorded word has tremendous power and influence at you. What is important? The recorded word has tremendous power and influence at you. Therefore, constantly entering your positive impressions into notebook, you will reach the connection with your own original energy in the shortest possible way. Constantly entering your positive impressions into the notebook, entering positive impressions into notebook, you will reach the connection with your own original energy in the shortest possible way. You can benefit greatly from this process. Firstly, you just get a lot of fun. You get a lot of fun. That's funny. Your point of attraction will begin to improve. Your point of attraction will begin to improve regardless of its current state. Relations with those whose names you put in the book will become more fulfilled and will bring even more joy. If you have a problem with relationships with somebody, those names you put in the book will become more fulfilled and will bring even more joy. At the same time, the law of attraction, responding to that increase in the level of your vibrations, will give you even more pleasant meetings with people in joyful events. What the law of attraction doing here? The law of attraction responding to that increase in level of your vibrations will give you more pleasant meetings with people and also joyful events. Question: what's the law of attraction doing here? The law of attraction responding to that increase in the level of your vibration and will give you even more pleasant meetings with people and give you more joyful events. Abraham, tell us a little bit more about the book of positive aspect process. Okay. Imagine a beautiful city, not very big, but perfect. The traffic in this city is very well organized. There are many places that would be interesting to visit. Well, to live and work in this city is just a dream for any person. When you imagine the city as we describe it now, you probably think, I would be just happy to live in the city. Oh, sorry, there is a small detail that we forget to mention. There is a deep pothole on the one of the street. What there? There is a deep pothole on the one of the street, sir. The main thing, if you live in this city, is to see only its positive aspects. What is the main thing? Look only on its positive aspect. Then you will be both content and happy. You will be content and you will be happy. But many people, unfortunately, are not introduced to the city by those who know how to notice the positive aspects. On the contrary, most often your guide in this city is the person who immediately declares, can you imagine there on the 6th Avenue there is a huge pothole? What is there? There is on the 6th Avenue a huge pothole there. Okay. The same thing happens with your life. The people around you notice mostly only shortcuts. What they notice? Unfortunately, people around you notice mostly only shortcuts. It is exactly because of this negative orientation that most people do not see anything in their life except this pothole. What the orientation they have? Negative orientation. Most people do not see anything in their life except this pothole. I see. We want to give you an example. Imagine that one woman was diagnosed with a disappointing doctor by saying that she was seriously ill. So, by analogy with the magical city described by us, 99% of her body is in excellent condition. How many percent? How many percent? 99% of her body is in the excellent condition, in the perfect condition. And in general, the body is functioning normally. In general, her body functioning normally. And the only reason, because the doctor pointed to single pothole, to this single pothole, she gives her complete attention to that pothole until she destroys herself. What happened with her? The only reason, because the doctor pointed to her that pothole, she gives that pothole complete attention until she destroys herself. So stop focusing on potholes. Stop focusing on potholes. Potholes. Stop focusing on them. When I think about what I want, I feel great. If I start thinking about what I don't want, my mood immediately goes bad. What? When I think about what I want, I feel great. If I start thinking about what I don't want, about what I don't have, my mood immediately goes bad. Let's develop this thought a bit. Can you focus on several things at once? Focus on several things at once. Try to do now. Focus on several things at once. No, you cannot. You can focus only at the one thing, right? And you are able to experience several emotions at the same time. Are you able to experience several emotions at the same time? Can you be both good and bad at the same time? Can you feel both good and bad? No, you cannot. Thus, it is logical, since this exactly corresponds to the law of attraction. If you focus on what you want, then you will not be able to think about what you don't want. That corresponds to the law of attraction. If you focus on what you want, then you will not be able to think about what you don't want. Right? After all, when you focus on your desire, you feel great. When you focus at your desire, you feel great. At this moment, you are in a positive acceptance mode. Where you are at this point? When you focus at your desire, you feel great. And at this moment, you are in a positive acceptance mode. In a positive acceptance mode when you focus on your desire. Other than it is more important for you to contemplate those aspects of life that rise your mood. And other than it is more important for you to contemplate those aspects of life that rise your mood. It is the most important to contemplate those aspects that rise your mood. Those aspects which is rise your mood. Any new positive aspects, and don't look for the next pothole. Don't look for the potholes at all. Sometimes, having barely become familiar with the process of conscious creation, our physical friends clutch their hearts in horror. They begin to afraid that any negative thought that comes to mind immediately flies into space and brings back a wide variety of nightmares into their life. What they afraid? They afraid that any negative thought that come to mind immediately flies into space and brings back a wide variety of nightmares. We want to ease your fear. Ease your fear. Reminding, you are living a weighted average of your thoughts. What we are living? We are living a weighted average of your thoughts. So you need to think about something for a long enough time for this object to appear in your life. You are living in a weighted average of your thoughts. Weighted average of your thoughts. So you need to think about something for a long time for this object to appear in your life. But you people are living in a society that is mostly focused on criticism, the negative aspects of life, and strive to rely on facts. We strive to rely on facts in everything. What's the problem with people? What's the problem with people? People are living in society that mostly focused on criticism, focused on the negative aspects of life, and strive to rely on facts, always strive to rely on facts in everything. And this turns you into those who are in the worry most of the time. This fact turns you into those who are lives most of the time into stress. Once again, because that is very important. People are living in the society that is mostly focused on criticism, the negative aspect of life, and strive to rely on facts in everything. And this turns you into those who are in the worry most of the time, who are living in the stress most of the time. And it all rather than thinking about everything which is going to be fine, instead of doing that. We sincerely wish you to learn to pay attention to what can give you more of positive emotions. Sincerely. However, we do not recommend you tightly control every thought. Just tell yourself, I will be only looking at the things which are pleasant to me. What? Tell to yourself, I will be only looking at the things which are pleasant to me. At what to look? I will be only looking at the things which are pleasant to me. Things which are pleasant to me. And this is not the most difficult decision, but that decision can significantly change your life for the better. One decision can change your life for the better. What that decision is. I will be only looking at the things which are pleasant to me. I will be only looking at the things which are pleasant to me. That is decision. Okay. Pay attention to what makes you feel good. It may seem that the present reality deserves your serious attention. Actually, this is real. Maybe it is worthy to reflect at, take into consideration, collect statistics, tell to others about it, warn children. Should you make a fuss about those things that are unpleasant to you, just because they are into your reality? Should you make a fuss about those things that are unpleasant to you, just because they are your reality? After all, in this way, you only make them more real. Therefore, make stone what you are doing with them. In this way, you only make them more real, more strong. We ask, why should you do this? Why not instead find among the total number of facts those that you would like to preserve, that you would like to increase, and to put your attention to them? What to do instead? Instead, find those thoughts that would like to preserve, that you would like to preserve. Find more thoughts that you would like to preserve. Find more thoughts that you would like to increase, and to put your attention to them, and put your attention to them. Focus at them. We can predict your answer, but we cannot say that it inspires us greatly. We do this because it is our life. This is our reality. We do this because other people do the same. How good is that? If we were in your place, in the physical world, we would not put the basis of the control of our attention to the reality of something. What we do in our place? If we were in your place, in the physical world, we would not put the basis of the control of our attention to the reality, but rather to our feelings and our vibrations. we would put the basis of the control of our attention not to the reality, but rather to our feelings and vibrations. And that is so important. If we were you in your place, we would not put the basis of the control of our attention to the reality. We would not put the control of attention to reality, but rather to our feelings. We put the basis of attention to the feelings and vibrations. We would say to everyone who is interested in our position, if this thing evoke positive emotions in me, I will give it maximum attention. If this thing evokes positive emotions in me, I will give it maximum attention. If not, then I wouldn't even look in that direction. And do you know what the interlocutor will tell you if you share our point of view? He will say the following: but you must face the facts. You must face the facts. You answer, this is what I do all the time, but I began to do it more selectively. You see, I noticed a long time ago what I look at, what I think about, what I discuss with others. Everything what is the strongest vibration depends on, sooner or later, becomes my own experience. What you noticed? I noticed. What I look at, what I think about, what I discuss with others, what I remember, what gives the strongest vibration, sooner or later becomes my own experience. So I became more choosy about reality, because from my own experience I realized that I can create it. I am capable to make reality. I can do this. I can choose the reality that I want to. That also was important. Question for you. What you noticing a long time ago? Long time ago, I noticed what I look at, what I think about, what I discuss with people, what I remember, everything what gives the strongest vibration, sooner or later, becomes my own experience. It becomes my... Okay, what becomes your experience? Question. What becomes your experience? What you look at, what you think about, what you discuss with other people, what you remember, what gives a strongest vibration. What gives you a strongest vibration? It becomes your reality. In this way, you create your reality. Now you know the secret. How you create your reality. Oh, how we love to talk about it. You are creators. You can create anything you want. But one can say even better. You can create, and creating everything throughout focusing your attention to. That's clear. That's okay. Go further. You wouldn't get away from yourself. Jerry and Esther held seminars at the hotel in Austin, Texas. At the same time, there was involuntary feeling that the employees of this hotel every time forgot about our arrival. Despite the fact that all the necessary papers were signed, all the details were agreed upon, Esther called the hotel in advance, warned of the arrival. The sweet girl at the reception desk was sincerely surprised. She was sincerely surprised. You understand that this caused enormous inconvenience. Enormous inconvenience in the preparation for the seminar. Esther once told us, I guess we need to look for another hotel. I guess we need to look for another hotel. And we replied, this is only one way to solve the problem. But wherever you go, you cannot get away from yourself. Wherever you go, you cannot get away from yourself. What does that mean? You always take the vibrational habits and vibrational preference with you. They are following you everywhere in accordance. Okay, that's very important. So, once more. Esther told us, I guess we need to look for another hotel. We replied, this is only one way to solve the problem. Wherever you go, you cannot get away from yourself. What that mean? Okay, what that mean? Wherever you go, you cannot get away from yourself. What that mean? That mean that you always take the vibrational habits and vibrational preferences with you. You always take the vibrational habits and preferences with you. They are following you everywhere. They are following you everywhere. Then we advised Esther to buy a notebook and write in large letters on the cover, My Book of Positive Aspects, and then open the first page and write, The Positive Aspects of the Hotel in Austin. What we advised to Esther? We advised to buy a notebook and write in large letters on the cover, My Book of Positive Aspects. And then open first page and write, The Positive Aspects of the Hotel in Austin. So Esther began to record. This is a very beautiful building. The hotel is conveniently located. From there, it is easy to reach any place, including another state. Near the hotel, there is a very convenient parking places. Our room is always kept clean. The hotel has rooms of different sizes, so we can always place any number of seminar participants. Okay, during the time she wrote, Esther has changed her mind about the hotel so much that she wondered how she even could have a thought of looking for another hotel. What happened with her? During the time she wrote, Esther has changed her mind. Esther changed her mind about the hotel. She wondered how she even could have a thought of looking for another hotel. In other words, by drawing attention to the positive aspects, Esther changed her perception of this hotel. What she did, Esther changed her perception of this hotel. She changed her perception of this hotel. And that is very important, the most important thing. What happened with Esther when she wrote? She changed her mind about the hotel. By drawing attention to the positive aspects, she changed her perception of this hotel. That she could not attract its negative sides. That she could not attract negative sides of the hotel. Speaking figuratively, she looked away her focus to the outside of the porthole. She took away her focus to the outside of the porthole, thanks to notes in her notebook. I see. Inspire or force. There are two approachments. Only two approachments. If I do this and that, such a good events will happen. If I do this and that, such a good events will happen. Or another, if I do not do such and such thing, the negative events happen. The first option inspires you to act. The second option forces you to act. What is better? To be inspired or be forced? Or be pressed? So, the book of positive aspects will help you to attract effectively everything you dream about in a joyful, easy way, because it evokes a positive emotion. What do the book of positive aspects for you? It will help you to attract effectively everything you dream about in a joyful, easy way, because it evokes a positive emotions. Thank you very much.